Sugars are carbohydrates that serves as the main sources of energy for the body. In today's lesson, we are going to learn the important role that sugars play. Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Shay. Most people think of sugar as the term used for brown, granulated, caster and iceland sugars, but it also refers to the substance as it is found in its many natural forms in fruits and vegetables. Examples of these are mangoes, ripe banana and pawpaw, preserved fruits and candies, molasses, syrup, honey, and sweetened condensed milk. Sugar is made from either sugar cane, which is grown in tropical countries, or sugar beet, which is grown in temperate climates such as the UK. In sugar cane production, the sugar is found in the soft fibers in the center of the cane. To extract the sugar, the canes are first crushed, then sprayed with water. This makes a solution containing 13% sugar, sucrose, 3% impurities, and 84% water. The impurities are removed by boiling, adding calcium oxide, lime, and filtering. A clear brown solution, molasses, is left. This contains a mixture of sugar crystals and liquids. The liquids is spun off and raw brown sugar is left. In sugar beet production, the sugar is stored in the root of the sugar beet. The beets are shredded and the sugar extracted by soaking them in hot water. The solution obtained contains about 14% sugar, sucrose, 4% impurities, and 82% water. The impurities are removed and the water is evaporated off to leave raw brown sugar as for cane sugar. Sweet foods are highly palatable and very popular. Many processed foods have sweeteners added to it, and much of the degree of sweetness added to it attracts the consumer. Foods have been sweetened for thousands of years. The early sweeteners were natural ones such as honey. Sugar sucrose has been used as a preservative and flavoring for many centuries in some parts of the world, such as India, but was not used in Europe until about the 13th century. At that time, it was very expensive and it did not become a major item of the diet in Europe until the late 19th century. Since then, consumption has increased considerably, and many foods are sweetened with natural carbohydrate products such as sugar cane, beet sugar, sucrose, glucose, glucose syrup, starch, dextrose, fructose, maltose, lactose, and invert sugar. Research into artificial sweeteners has been going on for many years. Initially, the aim was to find a suitable, cheaper alternative to sucrose. Later, it was to find a low-energy substitute for use in energy-reduced diet.
Wow!
The functions of sugar in the body is for the following. Our bodies convert sugar into fuel quickly, unlike fats that are stored to be used later. Our body is designed to use glucose as the preferred source of energy and is the only source of energy for the brain. Glucose is found mainly in carbohydrate foods such as sugar, bread, cereal, and potatoes. Sugar acts as a bulking agent. Sugar adds texture to many foods. Not only does it affect the physical characteristics of foods, but it adds to many foods, which in turn impacts on the texture and mouthfeel of many foods. Sugar as a preservative. By maintaining and stabilizing the water content in foods, sugar helps to prevent or slow the growth of bacteria, molds, and yeast in foods like jams and preserves. sugar as a flavor enhancer. Adding a little sugar to nutritious foods such as sour fruits or porridges help to balance the flavor and make them more palatable. Sugar also enhances fruit flavors in foods. Sugar used for color. Upon heating, sugar breaks down to produce the color and desirable flavor that characterizes many foods. This is caused by sugars reacting with proteins as they break down in the cooking process and is called the Maillard reaction. Sugar adds viscosity. Viscosity is how thick, sticky, and semi-fluid a liquid is in terms of consistency. Sugar helps to produce a certain body or thickness in many types of drinks and in semi-liquids such as syrups, chutneys, and sweet sauces. Honey is produced from bees from the nectar contained in flowers. Bees collect the nectar, which is a solution of glucose, fructose, sucrose in water. As the nectar passes through the bee's body, enzymes convert these sugars into mainly glucose and fructose. The resulting honey is deposited in honeycombs and consists of 75% sugars, 20% water, and 5% extracted flavors peculiar to the flower from which the nectar was obtained. Honey is sold in both liquid and granulated forms. Honeys are supersaturated solutions and they tend to granulate because the sugars gradually crystallize out of solution. Honey, to be sold liquid, is produced by flash heating to 60 to 71 degrees Celsius. Sugar is an important source of energy to the body. It is relatively and quickly digested and absorbed. Sugar and tooth decay are closely linked. Dental plaque is a clingy film made up of food particles, bacteria, and mucus. The bacteria in plaque depend on sugars to produce acids, which break down the enamel and start tooth decay. All carbohydrates contribute to this process, not just sugar, but large amounts of sweets and soft drinks are most likely to contribute to decay. Other nutritious foods like dried fruit also allow bacteria in plaque to produce acids. Sticky sugars that cling to the teeth are worse than sugars that are easily swallowed, such as fresh fruit. A moderate intake of refined sugar can be an acceptable part of a healthy diet. Experts define a moderate intake as about 10% of the total energy intake per day. However, people who consume a lot of sugary foods and drinks at the expense of more nutritious food choices may be taking in a lot of empty calories. Adding a little sugar to nutritious grain foods such as whole grain breads and cereals may encourage people to eat more of these foods by making them more tasty. Artificial sweeteners provide the body with very little energy. An excess of sugar in the diet is undesirable because it can lead to obesity and tooth decay. It is therefore sensible to limit the amount of sweet foods eaten, particularly between meals. Some countries have banned certain sweeteners as research suggests that they may have an adverse effect on health. Some health experts are concerned about the amount of sweeteners consumed by children and young people, particularly in soft drinks.
Oh no!
Thank you so very much for watching. We have come to the end of the lesson for today. And do remember, every day you learn, you grow. So keep learning and you'll keep growing. Bye for now.